Hey peeps, welcome to another episode of Trinbago Vibes. We're at Arangwa Savannah, one of the few open spaces up on the northern side where you can practice flying your drone, if you just bought one. So in this video, it's something a little different, it's more educational, it's all about drones, right here in Trinidad and Tobago. With that being said, be aware of kite flying in these open spaces areas and also to check the weather and wind strength. Let's jump into this, let's go. Now, this video is divided into 4 chapters, which I'll list them here. And there are timestamps in the description below, so if you want to jump to a particular one, feel free to check that out. Ah yes, drone videos. They are pretty cool, and it gives you a bird's eye perspective on the landscape. And really and truly, you can practice your drone flying skills in almost any open space, open field, away from people, away from properties, away from electricity lines and trees, with a few exceptions, of course. One such spot is the Queen's Park Savannah. So why not come practice here? Why not come fly this drone right here in the Queen's Park Savannah? Well, unfortunately it falls into a no-fly zone, or NFC for short. Now, there are some exceptions to these no-fly zones, but we'll get into that later in this video.
A no-fly zone means that you are not allowed to fly your drone within this space because it has aircrafts flying by or for security reasons.
Now you can Google the no-fly zones, and as you can see here, like I said, Port of Spain, Chaguaramas, Caroni. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. Point up there is one of them. So the refinery area, part of Point Lisas as well. Also Point 14, Atlantic LNG and stuff, because all that is gas and pipeline, and we cannot be flying any drones around there. And obviously Galeota area. This ArcGIS map actually is one of the best things they have done. Click on it. I'll leave this link in the description below. It's a web map by J.R. Paul, and it's perfect to show you where the no-fly zones are in Trinidad. And you already see all these little dots on the screen here are the no-fly zone. So let's zoom in on Port of Spain. You see all down the island, unfortunately, is no-fly zone. Even part of Tucker Valley is no-fly zone. You could kind of get away at probably at the top of the tracking station a little bit, right? But these are the general boundaries as set in the Act, right? So that's part of Williams Bay here. But on this side, by I guess Five Islands and Carnage, you are safe. Right, let's go into Port of Spain. See what I mean? Queen's Park Savannah is a no-no. The whole of Woodbrook is a no-no, and even downtown Port of Spain, parts of Belmont, even St. Anne's, and part of Cascade. Now you can get away actually at the top of Honolulu, and even at the top of Lady Chancellor, like up on Breezy, because it's technically outside the no-fly zones. So those are some spots where you may see people flying zone, and of course you cannot fly. But Caroni Bird Sanctuary is a Ramsar and Heritage site, so it's a protected site apart from no-fly zone. Then you have Point Lisas basically, and Petrotrin site, so that's why you have Point of Care. Actually, you can fly within certain no-fly zones at certain elevations, but
you need permission from the relevant authorities and Civil Aviation Authority. When I mean relevant authorities, you need permission probably from National Security, and even like say if it's Port Spain Corporation, if it's Tobago, like Pigeon Point and stuff, THA. Those are the authorities you have to go to get permission to fly your drone. And then when you are flying your drone in these areas too, observation must be alerted at all times, just in case they have anything flying around there. And having a drone up in the air could cause problems. Say any helicopter flying across there from Coast Guard, from Army, from even the hospitals, or even like aircraft coming in. So you have to be careful when you set up these drones. I mean, I guess flying it at a low level, you may get away, like 10, 20 feet off the ground, you may get away with stuff, but yeah, you have to be extremely careful when you fly in these things. It's a safety issue.
And also, it should not be operated within 5 kilometers from a manned aircraft operations. It should not be operated in any open air function or mass public gathering without permission, of course, because you have
like weddings and whatnot. Safety plays a factor here. That's why commercial drones have a license, and you cannot fly more than 400 feet above ground. Well, this can't do this, but the heavier ones, the bigger ones can. And you must fly in such a manner that you do not endanger any person or property around you.
Failure to do so, or illegally flying in these no-fly zones, can result in some penalties. Wow! $350,000? That's in TTD, y'all, which is around 50k US. And 5 years imprisonment? Anyway, these are the charges.
No-fly zones. We just went through it. Feel free, let me know if it is you want me to do another episode on this drone in the comments below. So that's it for this video. I hope this was very informative. I know this one is a little different from the regular Trinbago Vibes video, but seeing that we are in a kind of lockdown from going more or less anywhere, I thought this would be a fun video, or an educational video. Not really fun, I thought this would be an educational video to share, because I've seen a lot of fellow drone enthusiasts flying all over the place and they may not be aware of these restrictions. So I would suggest to them to look it up and make sure you are flying within the law. Until the next one, stay safe, be safe, Trinbago Vibes. Eta!